Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and I'm going to be playing with some products from Natalie May Scrapbooking. This is the white journal from Uniquely Creative that Nat created with Uniquely Creative. I love it, it's fab, so lovely to work in. The colours, particularly in this white one, the colours just pop so well. So I'm thinking I'm going to have a play with one of the images that Nat's shrunk down, or maybe 3 images, maybe these 3. Sorry, I've got a touch of hay fever tonight. So one of the things that I often do, as you know, is cut the faces out and not the hair. And these girls have got kind of different things for hair, like they've got houses and landscapes, but I like the expressions that they've got. So what I'm going to do is just come in and cut them out, and I'm going to use them on a journal page. I'm quite sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but we will work that out when we get there. So I'm just roughly cutting these out first. There will be some of those colours left around the edges of the face and the head that were on the collage paper, but I can work with that, so that'll be okay. So these are only quite small, but they've been perfectly designed, shrunk down, so that they will work really nicely in this small journal. I'm just going to cut some more of that off there because I don't want it. And the same here, I'm coming a little bit closer. Might be nice to kind of group them together somehow. Going with some colour first. Now I'm having an idea. Okay, so I'm going to put some black along the bottom of my page. Let's give that a dry. So one of the many things I love about art journaling is the fact that you are playing, just playing, and just seeing what you can come up with. And I love the idea of giving these girls mandala hair. I don't really know why, can't really explain, just think it might be quite fun to do. Yes. So I am going to cut this out. Not quite sure how I'm going to get it on the head yet, but we can work this out. And it's fun because your playing doesn't have to be real. It's just a way to kind of get out of your own head as well sometimes. Not off your head, but out of your head. One of the things that I loved about being a teacher, that me and my mum often talk about, because she was a teacher too, is that when you're working with children, you have no space to worry about anything that's on your own mind. And I'm a little bit like this when I'm art journaling, because not only sometimes am I journaling about stuff that's in my head, but I'm also kind of lost in the process, and therefore not overthinking everything that's on my mind. I mean, I really like that. I think that's going to work really nicely. I might give this one on this end more of a some of this nice big one, and maybe pop her down here a little bit. I mean, I probably can, because I'm just sticking it straight on. I can probably just cut it out and stick it on with some gel medium, and that'll work. So how big can this be? I really like that pinky purpley bit. These would be better if they were down here. See, now I'm thinking as I'm going along, like, are they going to work better down there? I think they might do. So let me stick those in first. So if you've been watching some of these real-time videos that I've been posting, you have got to see. You've got to see me working and thinking. You've listened to those thoughts happening while I've been creating. So what I'm wanting to do here is just line that up. Now I might need to come back in and add some white under there. In fact, I think I will. If I can just get these kind of roughly lined up where they need to be, then that's going to work okay. Right, so I'm going to go with some white gesso. You know, now I'm kind of thinking, okay, so why did I put black at the bottom of my page? And the reason I did that was because at the time I was thinking I was going to go a different way, and then, as is so often the way with this process of art journaling, you end up getting pulled in a different direction. And that's all right, but then of course it means that you've done something that you maybe didn't need to do. So I'm just going to dry that white, because if I don't, and I pull the image through, the white can seep through the collage paper, and I don't really want that to happen. I want those colours to stay nice and bright. Okay. You can see my brush has picked up some of the white gesso there, but you just have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with it, because otherwise you'd just give up, I think. Things happen all the time and you think, okay. I mean, I could well end up blocking out all of that black. I probably will. who knows? Okay, so was she going? Yes, I think she was. She was going to come here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of white where her face is going to go. It's looking a bit chaotic at the minute, but it will come together. Because I didn't really think out what I was going to do before I started, but there are always ways to fix things. And if it doesn't fix, really not the end of the world either, so that's okay. Right, so you can see I've picked up some of the white gesso, but because this is still wet, I can go in with a baby wipe and just smoosh that away. Okay, so I think before I go any further, I am going to blot out this black that I've added. See, white gesso is brilliant. A couple of coats of that and that'll all have disappeared. That's okay. You almost have to try not to be bothered too much, so that when things like this happen, you just go, oh, okay, that's all right. I did something I didn't need to do. Never mind. Right, I'm going to give this a really good dry, and then we're going to work out how this head is going to go. And then I'm going to find a way to kind of blend these heads into the mandalas. And just throw some of these bits away. I like to try and tidy as I go along, because then that way I don't end up with too much chaos. Though it can be quite chaotic. So I want her to come in here, and I kind of really want that mandala to go up there. So let's cut off. So I'm going to carefully cut around this mandala here. And this it's kind of fun playing with these sorts of images as well, because the hard work's done for you. This is why it's definitely art journaling, mixed media art journaling. It is art that anyone can do. You don't have to be able to draw. I do love drawing, but I also love the freedom that this gives me to play with other images from other places, and I can mix them up, add my own touch to them, give them funky hair, make them bald if I want to, whatever. It's just, the freedom is just so brilliant. Right. Okay. So, I mean, I kind of think this works, but I think I might have to just cut some of these out of here, because that, it feels like too much. Especially if she's going to go there, then I think does that make sense? And I know they're kind of overlapping a little bit as well. Let's just cut that down a little bit further. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for that. I'm going to stick that in the middle there. Honestly, I really don't know what my brain was doing, thinking that putting that black at the bottom was a great idea. Who knows? Oh, as is always the case, I've put down far too much. That medium. Okay. And I think I'm going to need a little bit of gesso on the face there because that is quite green. Let's give that a dry. I think you'll agree there's quite a lot of colour going on this page. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I need to be quite careful with how I do my background now, because I don't want to overdo this and make it too crazy. Can you believe I've actually just said that? No, I can't either. Yeah, I did actually say I don't want it to be too crazy. I mean, what is actually going on? Who am I? Let's throw these bits away. Okay. So I've used two different collage papers here to pull this together. And we've got a really, really colourful page. I'm just going to cut that bit off there. There we go. And no, that's fine. So in a bit, I'm going to come in with the Stabilo awl and draw around these faces and bits. I don't think I need the white gesso anymore, do I? No. I think I want to bring some colour onto the background now, and I want to stick with fairly pale colours. This Watery from Dina is one of my favourites. I love it. It's such a calm, cool colour. And here I can bring this over the edge of the collage paper. Quite a soothing colour. And then I might just bring this up here a little bit and and maybe blend it with a bit of heather or lavender. It's called lavender, isn't it? I always get that wrong. It's so funny, when the pastel came out that was heather, I used to always call it lavender, and now there is a lavender and I keep calling it heather. So these Dina Wakley paints, I have lots of brands that I really love, but I think if I had to say one paint that I would recommend, it'd have to be this one. It'd have to be Dina's. Right, so now I've brought that all the way nearly to the top. I'm just going to grab lavender and bring a little touch of that down as well. Quite like those brush marks. Oh, let's leave it like that. I think that's quite cool. Sometimes these discoveries that you make, like I say, when you're just playing, you discover things and you think, oh, well, I really like that. I never would have thought of doing that intentionally. And yeah, that's created a really cool effect. It's almost like the heather is raining down on the page. It pulls your eye down to the images. And then what would be really cool, maybe to pull a little bit of sunshine up from the bottom. Right, I'm not washing my brush, and I'll tell you for why. My paint water is disgusting. So I'm just going to just jiggle it around on that baby white, and we should be able to get enough of the colour off. So I'm doing the same at the bottom here, just because I want it to like feel a bit more intentional. Just collect a bit of that for over here, then I don't need any more really. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can show you my paint water. Look at the state of this. Ugh. I have been a busy bee today, doing lots of creating. I think it would be quite nice to pull some white stenciling over this. Oh, did I have a bit of white left over here? So I'm going to grab a nat stencil. This one is called Impossible Marks. I was going to use just a part of it, but I think I'm just going to pull some stenciling over here. Yeah, I like that. It breaks up those colours a little bit and just adds a little bit more interest. And I'm not making it much more crazy because it's white. So it's just going to push those colours away a little bit. Here, I do like that. I think that works really nicely. Okay. Let me give this a quick dry. And then I want to find a way to draw around these faces. And then I'll have to do some stamping. Okay, so I'll start over here. I'm just going to come round the face. I'm going to come over some of these details and just help to pull them forwards a little bit. And then I might also go over some parts of the mandala as well. I don't know why my table keeps making that noise. It's very funny. I swear it's only just started. Okay, I think she's going to need some pink cheeks, definitely. Such cute little faces these, aren't they? I'm going to do this one at the end. So particularly with Nat's collage papers, because of the quality of the collage paper, you can alter the images. You can lift out the faces and give them new hair. It's lots of fun, believe me. Once you start, you won't be able to stop. And also, a lot of Nat's collage papers have got such lovely colours in that, you know, you just don't want to mess too much with them. So I have got some on my website. Obviously, I am heading over that way, and I will probably bring some more home with me. But they are so much fun. I kind of don't want to do too much more, I don't think, to this. Maybe white dots in the centre. I think this page is definitely going to need a frame of some description going round. Take my black Artex paint pen and just come along the bottom of the page. So I've ended up pulling the black back, but in a different way. So that kind of helps to frame that, really. And then I can just go all the way around the rest of the page. Doesn't matter if it's on the edge or not, really. And I've got this cut out part here, so I may well just bring this up the edge here and then leave that cut out bit, because I don't really particularly want to draw too much attention to that, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. I think last it needs some dots, and then of course it's going to need some words. As I keep saying, I have this dot stamp on my website. You'll see that I use it so much. It's one of my favourites. I really like how that came together. This, be yourself. Very important. Let your real self out. And that quote works really nicely because it's black, so it contrasts really well with the rest of my art journal page. So I think that might be it for today. I think that journal page is finished. I didn't realise my camera had gone wonky. Yeah, there it is. So these girls have got crazy mandala hair, but why not? It's fun. It's fun to play with the images. It's fun to mix things up a bit. Lots of these journal pages are either on reels on my Instagram, Facebook, or they are covered on pages on my YouTube channel, videos on my YouTube channel. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching this kind of grow and come together. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.